smelled something that smelled weird. And then my girl hollers from the door that I need to come see this. And I walk out the door, and right there is a car.
Holy
my
shit!
porch.
Yeah, right?
I know, she fucked up my grill, man. She tore up my grill.
Literally his grill. Not like his face grill. His grill that you cook food on.
Yeah,
that grill fucked.
Yeah, it's out by the road now.
Damn, were they drunk?
No.
They just retarded.
She was a real old lady, and she says the steering wheel got stuck or the wheel wouldn't turn. We don't necessarily believe that. We don't know whether like something happened, but she hit a mailbox 2 houses up across the street, ran into some shrubbery, bounced across the street, hit a crepe myrtle out in front of my house, which is what turned her as she at some point slammed the gas instead of the brake.
You know what?
And then went into through my porch and into the front of my house.
You know what I really believe that happened?
But she didn't break the house wall.
Yeah, I see that. Somehow she didn't. But you know what I really believe happened? She went, you know what that front porch was really missing?
Drive-through. We've been making all the jokes, man. We've been at it since Saturday, making all the jokes. My neighbor across the street, he got the best of a ball. We were done. Everything was finished. The cops are about to leave. And I'm talking to my neighbor, and he looks over and he goes, you know, that's a pretty nasty hole there, man. They should probably put some crime tape up. I'm like, you know that ain't necessary. And he turns and looks at that cop, and he's like, hey, you got some crime tape, right? And he's like, yeah. You want to put some up over there? And he's like, yeah. So him and the cop go and start tying off crime tape to the front of my house and running it all the way across to the other end of the porch. I'm standing in my driveway at this point talking to another cop, and he's like, shit. He said, look like something really happened here. That tape up. I'm like, yeah, looks like my neighbor thinks he's the funniest thing in the world, and he turned around and he is cheesing as he's tying off on the other end of the porch, the last bit, tying it off, and he looks back seconds. And he's like, yeah. I think that's what it was. Yeah, 25.
Well, I mean, it's better than what I've had to deal with here lately. At least, well, yours is real life, actually, now that I think about it.
I was like, how is anything that you're dealing with harder than somebody ripping your front porch apart and you having to do the repair work?
We've helped out so many fucking tribes on this game. So many tribes we've helped out.
Oh my god. Oh
we've
my god.
Had
He's gonna tell me his video game life is.
Somebody, yeah, damn right.
All right, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. I gotta start a show. Shut the fuck up. All right. And here we are on another wonderful Wednesday. As always, I am Thumping Loud, joined with the hostess with the mostest, sewn together, and I forget, man. I don't know
who is this guy?
As always, I am Thumping.
Who the fuck is this guy?
Man, it's real life problems, all right? I'm just saying, it's real life problems. You build a house like I did.
Hold on. In the middle of the pool party show, I come back into the room and my only statement is, hey guys, y'all gonna have to hold things down for a minute until I get this car off my porch.
What they say.
What?
Like, that's wild though. Like I said, man, you know, she looked at your house and was like, you know what that house is missing? Nice little drive-through.
Yeah, I'm telling you. Like
She was just trying to park, man.
The neighbor wants to know when the drive-thru's going to be back open because he is still trying to come over and get a sausage. He was like, "Was you out here cooking?" He was like, "She must have been hungry."
She hit that grill though dead on, dude. She did. She hit that grill dead on.
Yeah.
I'm actually surprised the side of your house is, you know what I mean? Like that grill did not go through your living room.
Oh yeah, it's a whole bunch of. Okay, all right. So that's a thing, I guess.
So, lady, if you wanted to come over, you could have just knocked on the door.
Yeah.
No, she knocked, dude. She knocked.
When I said just drive on through, I didn't mean my fucking house.
Yeah, there's a mild misunderstanding occurred here.
I think
we need to figure out
Facebook
how we're
has gone full stupid.
Full dumbo.
Yeah, it says we're live, but there is no video feed. I have 0 drop frames.
Oh, did it pause on you?
No, it's
Okay, don't worry about it. Leave it alone. If you want to watch it, start another page and go in there. I have it happen occasionally with 8-bit where it freezes because, I got a good feed over here. It freezes on 8-bit and it'll actually freeze from the OG of the broadcast.
there it is.
But then it'll turn around and straighten out after that.
Yeah. I mean, I'm cross-posting to the WBLZ page, but I'm not following the fucking chat there.
No, but I'm about to cross-post over to the other one.
Right on. I've cross-posted out to my page and WBLZ. But anyways, yeah. So, Guru, let's hear how tough your life has been in ARC.
Yeah, please.
Tell us.
Please tell me how you've
dealt with the same shit.
Dealt with anywhere remotely close to the same shit.
Well, we've been helping out a lot of tribes and stuff like that, and we're trying to figure out what tribe has been leading certain particular dinos over to our base. It started with a fire wyvern, and today there was a level fucking 55 giga just munching down on Chris's base today, which the only spawn that thing pops out from is 3 particular spawns, so we know for a fact it got led to our freaking base. And we've been helping out. Like, we've even started actually backed up a couple of starter tribes and got them going. Like, gave them a bunch of metal and a bunch of dinos to get them started, essentially, like some pretty high level ones. So it's kind of like, who did we tick off? Like,
What'd you do?
Whose cereal did we take a piss in? Because as far as, like, we stick to
ourselves. You kicked their fucking dog, didn't you?
like
did you kick my dog?
Chris today was like, "Are you kidding me right now?" I was like, "Bro, like, you're lucky we didn't lose anything else. Like, I literally had to pull this thing and almost lost 2 of my own personal dinos trying to freaking get that thing away from your base. And it even took a couple of jumps out of my flipping base. Like, the only difference is his base is made out of metal. Mine's made out of freaking concrete."
Oh, man, that is tragic, dude. You know what, Thump? Just shut up about your story, man.
Oh yeah. Mine's only made out of like wood, nails, and vinyl siding.
Yeah, right.
And it only costs American dollars.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's not like you went out and hacked some digital trees and shit.
Man,
nope.
You know
Put
what?
yours together.
It's real life problems, okay? Real world issues that I deal with, okay? Fuck your digital world over there.
My only real world issue, besides work, and I ain't getting into that shit, is fucking Saturday night, man. Or Friday night, the high school football game here, man, I'm fucking asleep. You know, high school football games going on until 10 o'clock, and there's a loud thud against my fucking trailer. And I opened the fucking door, and some little shit chucked a full fucking Coke bottle at the side of my fucking domicile, man.
Oh yeah.
What?
Yeah,
Did
put a
you
big ass dent in the side of it.
Did you help him remember what the hell he
There's a
was
fence,
doing?
man, so they chucked it over a fence. There's no way to tell what little shit did it. But next time that happens, I'm going to the front. I'm storming the front gates of the football field. I'm going to storm the gates.
Just bring your car, man. Just bring your car. Because apparently that's how you make
I'll
an
take out
entrance
the
to places
bleachers.
now. Yeah.
Just drive out onto the field. Who the fuck threw this? It says share with Kelly on it. Kelly, where the fuck are you, you bitch? Got your name on this Coke bottle. That's evidence.
Oh fuck! I love how you brought that whole like into it.
Oh yeah, naming the bottles.
Yeah.
I updated you there, Guru.
Yeah, I'm
excellent work
looking
on
at
the,
these
that was
right
that was
now.
that was after they pulled the car out.
Jesus, dude.
And
Was that crack in your foundation always there, man?
that was a propane tank.
No, I'm looking at the photo straight at your house where the car's gone and the grill's gone and everything, and just the police tapes there.
Right.
And then you have like your crease in your vinyl.
Like I said, that was the propane tank.
Oh, it looks like that bitch owes you for some foundation work. Because that concrete block there is cracked.
Mm-hmm.
Wait.
Next to your chair, underneath your window, next to your...
Yes, that it is. Yes, that is. It's all addressed.
Is Wayne Brady going to have to choke a bitch?
You know what, man? Yeah, handled this
Yeah.
about it is as well as I think anybody could possibly handle this. Is I just looked at it and my first reaction was my porch. and then my next one was,
I hope you're not okay.
well, I built all of it. I'll build it all again.
Yeah.
Like that's the good part about it is I built it. Like I helped with everything that was done out there. And I've got all the vinyl siding already in my garage. I need to buy a 4x4.
Nice. And then you just pocket the rest of the money. Get that new mixer board.
I was like, what the hell? I was like, this is actually...
He was out there shaking the lady's hand like, hey, you know what? Thanks a lot. Thank you so much. It's been a real honor doing business with you.
Yeah.
I'm glad that you were able to, make it completely look like an accident. Good job.
Yo, she definitely did it.
Fuck, man.
It's a while to look at like all of it, like to stand out there and look at like from the starting point to where it finished. Like to just see it all at one time, you're like,
I'm just very confused why the brake never entered.
Not
very
there's
much like
actually,
fentanyl shoes on or some shit.
There is a burnout mark where the car came to rest in my grass, like for the right rear tire, that you could tell when she hit the wall, she was still spinning.
She was making her way in. She's like, I'm getting in his house.
But no, that was a propane tank. That's where the foundation cracked. That's why when you asked, I'm like, that was a propane tank.
Okay.
Dude,
God.
literally ran 2 days, like Thursday, cooked out. Ran out of propane in the grill Thursday.
There's probably still enough in there that
Dude, you
enough
can
for
actually
it could have
tell
popped.
that you can tell that crack's fresh too.
Oh yeah, it's a whole block,
Mm-hmm.
like all by itself, and it's pushed in there.
Damn.
Yeah, that was kind of everybody's thought on it. But we cracked a lot of jokes.
I mean, at least, you know.
My neighbor also wants to know when the drive-thru's going to open back up.
I mean, you got the window right there.
My buddy from Summerfield actually said he could get me like a bank teller window.
Yeah.
Ooh. Now we talking.
He's like, we could put that like right there.
Yeah, just replace that window while you're already replacing everything else right there.
Yeah, he said just build it right into the corner there. That way people could drive up and not have to.
You got to get the little bank teller chute though, so you never have to leave the inside of your house.
Yeah, this is very true. But at the same time, like we got the new grill, and we don't know whether or not we want to put it back out on the front porch. Like
I don't know if I would, because what if she thought something was cooking in there, and that was the whole reason why
that is the running joke right now. Is my neighbor was like, "What was you cooking?" He's like, I know how you get it over there, because I'll be out on the front porch cooking. Like, they'll catch me in the middle of the winter out on the fucking front porch cooking. Like, it is nothing for me to go hit that grill and that covered porch, snow 12 inches deep on the ground, and I'm out there on the porch just like,
yeah.
Yeah, you might want to put your grill back out front just so you can cook out there in the winter.
It's great, man. I love my porch. It was very upsetting. I walked out the door, and like I said, my first reaction was, "Oh, my porch." Fucker.
It wasn't like, "I hope this lady's okay." It was like, "Bitch, this is my. What are you doing, man?"
You don't even know all the good times that me and this porch have had. You basically killed somebody right now.
Hey, not for nothing. It's got a half wall. I've done some pretty freaky shit out there. So
yeah, like played Monopoly.
Yeah, yeah. Building hotels on that bitch.
It didn't.
Yeah. Playing some Jenga, are you?
Pass go a couple times.
He's playing Jenga out there.
Little free, she thought it was free parking. That's why she was there.
Oh, man.
Oh, wow. It said pass go.
It did.
Now she get to go directly to jail.
You better make sure she didn't get out of jail free card.
She denied medical attention.
Ooh.
Did they breathalyze her ass?
Like, she sat there with him and everything. They gave her a once over, but she was like, "I'm fine." Even though it took her forever to get out the car.
Yeah! She didn't want to get out of the car.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to get out of the car either, man. I'd be slinking down a little bit further and further in that seat as time went on until I was curled up in the fetal position underneath the steering wheel like, ain't nobody in there. This one of them self-driving cars.
What a shame.
Oh, man. Walk out there, you don't see anybody.
Yeah, then you just hop out, slip out the back, come around the side of the house. What the fuck happened to him? These motherfucking self-driving cars, man. I tell you what. I tripped on my way over here. That's why I'm a little busted up and picking up and stuff. I just tripped. You might want to do something about that, that one bush that you got.
That one bush.
Yeah. I'll tie my shoes a
little
little better.
Man, that smells like you got something cooking pretty good, though.
Yeah. Oh, dude, your grill. Tesla.
Yeah, that was a rough one, man. That was seriously a rough one.
You didn't get that grill too long ago either, did you?
Oh no, I've had that grill. Like, I've had that grill since we were at the old house.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah. It was time for a new one. We were talking about what our next stages were going to be as far as what we were going to get. The one we got is just a temporary. Like,
And you need to
because,
get yourself one of them smokers.
well, we were looking at something, and I'm wanting to do an outdoor kitchen. We're actually wanting to do it in the back, though. So,
Man, there goes that back porch.
yeah, I know, right? That's kind of what I said. I'm like, I don't even know if I want to keep. I might want to just put the grill back out front because at least then they only run into the front of the house. I don't know what will happen if somebody takes this grill out in the backyard. You know,
They coming through the house at that point, man. You get in a new hallway.
I was a little nervous about that.
Lost a guru.
Bye, guru.
Hey, at least the picture that's stuck on screen is him smiling. You'll see here in a second. There it is. It's just a big ass smile on his face. Fucking no. Well, his phone must have fucking died or something. I know he said it was only on 10%. You think motherfucking charge his goddamn phone before a fucking show. But anywho, so it's the world's largest motherfucking link, man. Jesus.
Yeah, ain't it though?
That is motherfucking huge.
Dude, it's like a MSN direct link.
Yeah, it's motherfucking massive. Here comes a guru again. But
I told you that thing was about to die.
Yeah, that's I've already made that comment. Yeah.
Yep.
So, how's the adventures in Ancestors going, man?
Pretty fucking good, man. Pretty fucking good. Like I think I'm gonna start again because now I've got a different, like, that first generation I could come out of so much easier, so much nicer, based on just what I've played so far. They're rhythms that you can fix early on, and if you can put together the right kid pathing coming out of it, that evolution wise you can move along at a really, really quick quip because you can lock in certain traits, and you average about 4 of those is probably a good spot to get to, so that you can, like, lock in 4 traits and then go to the new generation.
What up, Joseph Rogel? He says, "Hey guys."
That's my cousin, and he's up in the Chi-Town, Chicago.
What up? Thanks for joining. So yeah, I've really been wanting to do it, but I haven't been able to pull the trigger. The whole DNA, like, evolution thing looks really complex. How does that treat you?
Well, that's what I was just talking about as far as, like, how your generational moves like how you move on. You can reinforce, like, knowledge. So that genealogy that you've got moving forward, you can learn certain shit and lock that in and then start the next generation. Because if you learn too much and you move on to the next generation, like, you've got the ability to relearn all of that stuff relatively quickly.
Right.
But you have to go through and, like, recollect the knowledge again and redo everything, and then get yourself along, and then lock in your next character traits and move forward. So getting yourself to a point where you can just lock in and move forward at a better clip, your generations are going to move a lot faster, because once you use your reinforcements points, you get the option to move forward a generation. So you want to learn what you can learn and lock in. You want to have a good variety of children already available to you. Like, you're still going to find more as you go along, like more chimps in the beginning, well, just for
Right.
lack of a better term, more primates, hominid primates. You're going to find more of those as you go along, regardless. That are going to help keep a diversified gene pool, so it's not just incest and all these really weird mutations that you can possibly end up with. So you want to, it'll let you know that you can't mate with your siblings. It says family relation when you go, and like grooming is your initial. Oh, this is a female. She fertile. What up?
Hey, girl.
Can I pick these? Can I pick these mites out your fur?
Let me help you with
And
these bugs.
and if you do it right, then she's like, yeah, boy, you won't go over that pile of leaves. You know, so but you want
Then
to
you're like,
catch
yeah,
all.
but what are we going to do there? I'm confused.
Well, you've got a couple, and then you've got a mate, and then birth, and time goes forward like 15 months during a birth cycle, and you end up with these little babies, and the babies help you learn shit faster. So if you have, if you're piggybacking two babies and go out into the world and start looking at shit and learning shit and smelling shit and hearing shit and like, because all of the senses, like when you're looking at stuff, that's a form of learning that you start to recognize things visually. You have a smelling intellect that you're able to use too, so you can actually smell around and you smell what certain plants are and whether they're good for you or bad for you, and what animals are in the area, like all the different shit that could possibly go on. You use your sight for that part, and your smell for that. Then there's hearing, where you make your calls, and snakes make sounds, like
Oh, that monkey
War-
just got eaten by a alligator. Dang.
yeah, warthogs, alligators, two different types of cats so far I've seen. And you sit up in the tree and you listen occasionally, and you can hear what other monkeys sound like, or what a monkey needing help sounds like, and like you develop your communication over this time period, and learn how to use both of your hands to do shit, to like work on tools. Like it's a development cycle. Everything means something, but I say you really need to move fast through those first couple of generations, because you want to learn a lot really quick, get everybody kind of raised up, and lock in a minimum amount of traits, because you're only going to end up with a few anyway, and then lock those in and move forward. That way the next generation's got them locked in. They know how to do that shit, and you can invest a little bit of time into getting them elevated through getting some more points on them. Once they get their points enough to be able to reinforce, that's what you want to do. You want to reinforce at the point that you're maximizing your generational turns. You're not learning too much that you can't reinforce, and you're not, not getting enough points to be able to lock in. That's the balance that you have. And like I said, everything is learning. Everything is learning. When you find a location, like the little diamonds on the map, when you find a location, you can run up to it and like look and check it out. Then there are other areas that when you go into them, like that immediately opens an area. When you look at it and check it out, it's a discovery. You're like, oh shit, like we know where this is now, guys. Because you're dealing with your whole clan, like your whole little tribal group of shit going on. Like everybody's part of moving forward. You're never without this entire group. You want this group to grow. You want a good diversification of males and females that can mate. You want, like all of that is very relative to moving forward.
So, worth your $40?
I'm loving it. Yeah.
Are you doing as well as you thought you were going to be?
I'm kind of 50-50 on that. Like I feel like maybe I'm doing better than I should have been doing.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I know that like there's a lot of shit that I could probably still do way better, like to turn these cranks in what progression is in this game. Like it's a completely new definition of progression when you try to move forward, like from point A to point B, because there's communication to be taught between you and your other hominids.
Mm-hmm.
There's the ability to smell and see and hear. That's its own gene line, like it's showing there, where you're connecting those little synapses.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're learning a behavior, but you need to be able to lock that behavior in on the next generation so they don't have to relearn how to do that. You want it to just be an inherent thing.
Yeah, kind of like teaching your young what you already know, essentially.
Right.
Is what that represents, I guess.
Yeah. And so there's that, but then there's like shit like the ability to use both of your hands. It's not something you're able to do when you first get into the game. You can use your right hand to grab shit, but you don't know that you can look at that and then put it in the other hand and grab something else. Like at that point, you don't know that yet. Like at the very beginning of the game, being dual wielding is a foreign concept. And grab something, you're still operating essentially as quadruped. You walk around most of the time with all four hands on the ground, all four of your appendages on the ground, and you can maintain balance with three. That's what gives you the ability to be able to at least grab shit and look at it. But then you learn that if you're sitting there, you put it in the other hand and check shit out. Because the ability to change hands with items and move is a learned behavior later on. Like, you're really rudimentary coming into the game, and like I said, you balancing the tribe and the knowledge and the generations, it becomes where the game's at, and it's intense. It's going out and, like you said, oh shit, that monkey got ate by a gator. Like some of the shit that attacks you out in the wild. Sometimes you leave the house by yourself. Sometimes you leave the house with the troop, according to what you're going to do. Like if you're going to go just like discover an area real quick, sometimes it's faster just to run on your own and get it. But if you're going out and going to be doing like some gathering and shit, and you want to get some food, you want to get some medicine, you want to be able to bring that shit back, you want to be able to go out with a troop, do your job, grab 2 handfuls of something for you to carry, and then you want to switch out to another member of the troop, let them grab some shit. That way when you come back into the base, you can end the expedition and get all of the stuff put into piles. Because you use the whole troop in order to carry things back and forth to the base. And your base locations are going to evolve as they go along. Got an achievement for being able, finding a base that could support 9 members. And actually having 9 members when I showed up there. That's why I got you found a place for you and your 9 people. And it was like, hell yeah, I did. Because we're fucking smart.
Come at me, bro.
We know how to walk. Only in short bits.
Short spurts.
I can, the whole crew now with my group can stand up, look around, and walk for a little bit. And then they're like, all right, hold up. Man, that standing up thing gets you. Like the whole crew, you could tell they're just like, man, I don't know, standing up's worth it. But it's funny though when you see all of us in the trees, because I'll do it up in the tree. I'll go up to grab some shit and I'll stand up and grab it. And then you'll see the whole crew coming up on through the trees and they'll get on top of branches, stand up and walk a little bit, just bipedal ass walking through a tree. It's like, yeah, that looks funny. What are you guys doing? Y'all don't nobody fall up here, okay? We can't afford no broken bones right now. And you have to nurse all of that shit back. Like, you fall out of a tree from too far, you can break your bones. You can fall far enough to die.
Damn.
So you find out what medicines there are, what foods you can eat that help your bones heal better, what foods or liquids you have to take in order to stop certain types of poison. And, like, there are lots of hurdles in the game that you're constantly at battle with.
How many times have you died by an alligator or a tiger?
Believe it or not, I actually haven't ever died by one of them.
Nice.
Have you ran into them already?
Oh yes, all of them. Everything.
You just been out immediately.
Well, I gotten pretty fucked up on some dodges where I've gotten hurt and was able to get up into trees, and you're in a very dense forest right off the bat anyway, so being on the ground is not always your friend.
Yeah.
Even though in the very beginning of the game you're taught through the tutorial how to be a kid first, and you can be the kid and you run to the hiding spot, and that's where the game kicks off, where an adult comes out and rescues you. That's where you kind of fit into the beginning. But a giant bird snatches you and your dad up, takes you back to his nest, where you fall out after dad gets pecked in the back of the head and is killed by this bird.
Epic.
That's where you start, is falling out of this
What
tree.
you're saying is your dad ends up being a peckerhead?
Yep, dad's a peckerhead. But that is where your life begins, essentially, as the child, with watching like the death of your father, and then another tribe mate comes and rescues you and brings you back and lets you know that you got the tribe, and civilization is at its grassroots right there. Like, that's okay. You still one of us. We all hang out right here. You should just hang out with us now.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry about your dad.
Yeah.
And if you get into like the areas like he's in right now, where you're seeing all the darkness and the wolf bites and stuff like that, some of those areas are just easy discover areas, like on the diamond. Some of them you have to learn shit in the area. Like, just go and start looking at items in the area that would be familiar to you, and it rationalizes the area to where you're like, okay, this ain't so different from home. This is not as scary as I'm making it out to be. And then you find a conquer your fear spot. And when you learn enough, and it's like, all right, make your way to this area. Then you get to that area, and basically you're like, I know what you got going on here. I ain't afraid of you no more. And you fucking wild out a little bit there on the conquer spot, and ever evolving knowledge. You pick the various categories that you want to dedicate your learning to. I noticed on this build, I really started to focus in on the ability to use my hands and walking.
Yeah,
But
I feel like that would be a good one to lock in.
Yeah, but at the same time, I'm looking at now how much more valuable communication could also be in that. So with the ability to like let the tribe know there's danger here, let the tribe know that there's water here, to go and actually convey that message throughout the group easier. Communications becoming something that I think would be really good. Diet and danger are it's good to learn, but it's so easy to use it in the beginning of any build just for the sake of getting points. So it's kind of the thing like, oh, that's all right. I have to learn that, this plant's good. Even though I already know that plant's good, I have to like kind of relearn, oh yeah, look, this is this kind of plant and that's that kind of plant. So they're good knowledge based things where you can just kind of pop out of the base real quick and be like, oh yeah.
Yeah, so you don't
yeah.
so stuff you can look at real quick, you don't want to permanently learn. That's a trait that's easily relearned just by going out and looking around.
Yeah, plus it does the points, it helps with the neurons and the points in order to fast track that next section of development. And that's kind of what I'm using it as right now. So I don't need to lock in and reinforce,
Yeah, things you can easily relearn.
Plants smell. Animals smell a little different. Food smells a little different.
This shit seems like it will kill me.
Not important. I remember don't eat mushrooms, don't eat crawfish. Don't eat too many of the red berries.
Too many?
Yeah.
Why?
Then you poison yourself, but in kind of a good way. It's like a lot of fun to be all like, no. It's
so
like
you're tripping, is what you're saying.
They're like drunken berries. Like if you eat too many of them, so your vision gets a little warbly, and you get the bubbles. You're just like, oh. I should probably go eat something different for a minute. Bring myself down a little bit.
To get that cheeseburger, man. Get rid of this drunk before I drive home.
But yeah, I mean, it's that entailed, like finding out what different foods are after you run through and learned what they are personally. Using that as a knowledge fountain seems to be like an easier like realm of learning.
Yeah. So, Guru, how's Ark?
I finally got my base finished. I think that you personally would like the hell out of it. 1 minute. I might be able to like get a certain distance and take a screenshot and then send it to you.
And then he gets eaten by whatever that level 920 something running at him is out there.
Oh dear Lord. That would be no bueno.
Yeah, no bueno.
I mean, as long as it doesn't tear up your porch.
Hi, dude. Like, this has been just like, it's been pretty fun. I mean, with the 2 times going on whenever it does happen and everything, it's been pretty interesting.
They didn't follow the Atlas model in just 2 times every weekend.
Yeah, we already went over that.
Yeah, they did.
Well, you just said it like they didn't. You said whenever it's happening.
Oh, they do it on the weekends only.
Yeah.
And every now and then it is 3 times or even
major holiday weekends.
4 times. Yeah, major. Like for Labor Day, a lot of people were freaking out because they were like, oh man, are we getting a whole month of or a whole week of 2 times? And it was mainly because of the Labor Day thing.
Yep.
And I even said something about it. I was like, in chat, I was like, dude, it's probably because today's a freaking holiday. Chill out, guys. And they
Yeah,
were
they want
like,
to take the day off. They don't
"No."
want to come back on the holiday and reset the
And
year.
No.
and turn that switch off.
Yeah.
No. Like, they're going to leave it on. They're going to be like, yo, we're already having a holiday and everything else like that.
They got one poor fuck.
Those
there
are
who
the
can
outer
do
views.
anything. Nice.
I will say this: out of the pictures that I sent y'all, the ones of all the carnage were taken with the original Pixel. The last two taken of the kind of cleaned up
Yeah, your Pixel 3. And
is the Pixel 3. I like it.
The last two were?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah, the last two were the Pixel 3. I have to say I'm
I
happy.
thought that was probably. I felt like that was a different camera that you used for the last one because it just had a crisper look.
I dig it.
Hmm. But yeah, I figured, Zone, as a builder to builder, that you would really like think that building is pretty cool.
It looks good, man.
Took me like, I don't know, 5 days in between like surviving, getting supplies, freaking helping out with particular tames and stuff like that, and on top of it hatching the 2 dragons that I have.
Yeah, to do those kind of things in those kind of games, you got to know life it.
Yeah,
Basically.
you gotta have the time to definitely put them in. That's the unfortunate thing that we ran into with Atlas was
It took a lot.
Ran out
Like,
of time. Life got in the way.
yeah, but I mean
Yeah.
it's even extreme for just the whole thing because you couldn't, even if we were still able to just play a little bit, it takes everybody in order
Yeah, and a
to
lot of people don't comprehend that.
yeah, it takes everybody and a lot of time. Like our whole company, if we were going to advance any further, it was going to need to be our whole company. Every time we wanted to do something, getting something done, and going. Like
Yeah.
that was where we were at, and the company just wasn't there. Like everybody didn't have the ability to get together at a certain time.
Yeah. Like, usually we wait to do tames and stuff like that whenever Chris gets on, because he'll be like, okay, you want to break away from your base real quick? We can go knock out some of the other tames that we need for, say, eggs for dino kibble, or an actual tame that we're going to go and breed and try to get like a 4th generation kind of like dino going. And I'm like, all right, give me 1 minute, let me finish this, and then we'll head out and freaking, tame up some stuff. That way we can, I'm progressing still on one end, and still, like, a lot of people don't get that you have to do that stuff. Like, I know Brad has been playing with us as well. He usually, whenever he gets on, he kind of just sits around a little bit.
Captain AFK.
Well, he's there. It's just he doesn't know exactly what to do, and he's sometimes scared that he's going to get a dino killed. And it's like, man, I mean, don't be stupid. Like, if you're not stupid, you ain't going to get it killed. Like,
you
pick
know
and
what?
choose your battles, man.
We had a guy like that in our group, and now he's in charge of the entire company.
Yeah, because we don't play, but he's keeping it alive for us.
Yeah, literally, he's keeping the island, all our tames, like everything.
What generation on those bears did you get? Because I knew you were breeding those bears pretty heavily.
Oh, that's the only thing that hurt us is Stone took a break, and we kind of missed something that allowed a group to erase our base on Bear Island. And that hurt.
Yeah, whatever. Hadn't been there in 10 days.
Jesus.
Yeah, that was the only thing.
I'll be honest, I probably won't go back to it until they have another wipe.
Yeah, that's kind of what we've all kind of said at this.
That's kind of the way me and Ark wound up working out. Like, I really didn't go feel like I wanted to come back until they worked a lot of kinks out, and then on top of it, it was basically the full game. Because right now, you guys are still playing. Like, if you guys were still playing it, you guys would be playing the preview program still, and it's still going to be 2 years.
Yeah, it's still a year out.
Yeah. So
But
whenever
it's been good.
Yeah.
It's been good. It was worth coming back to when we came back to it. You know, I mean, those moments were definitely not lost.
Yeah. Brad was like, "Are you gonna actually stick with it this time, or are you gonna leave?" I was like, "Well, technically, the reason why I left the last time was we were on the same island for one. For another, it was a preview program. We knew there was going to be a wipe at some point in time. And it was like, we've already done everything that we essentially could do at that moment in time. So it was like, do I stay and just stick around, or do I back off, go play something else, come back later on whenever it actually feels like it's kind of worth it? So that's exactly what I did. I was like, I'll come back whenever they release the full game and, you know, add a little bit more and work out their little kinks of everything they've essentially added. And that's that's exactly what I wound up doing. Like, the game's fun as hell. I totally forgot how much fun it is. And I'm glad that it's not as heavy as the preview program used to be, where I had to spend like 6 hours to get like one tame done.
Oh yeah, they knew there was they knew there was definitely some tweaking that needed to be done in order to keep a player base of any kind. Mm-hmm. And we saw it even addressed in Atlas a lot, where they saw off the very beginning what they had done, and then they made some tweaks to kind of help that process of what some of the harder shit was.
Because you're already, in these types of games, you're already going out getting these resources. That's going to take, you know, some time depending on what you're building, how big it is, whatever, you know. And then on top of it, you're going to throw in to the mix, like, oh, you want this particular animal? Well, it's a darn shame that you're going to sit there for 6 hours waiting for it to finally say, hey, I'm yours.
Oh, the bears, even through the breeding process, like they were really bad before, but then they got a little bit better and were really good on 2 times. But they're not even the longest gestation. Like, we found out there was some other shit that was like, what was it, elephants or giraffes? One of them?
And giraffes, yeah. The bigger they are, the longer the gestation period.
Yeah, fucking ruthless, just like fucking mind-numbing wait times to get really good tames out of them.
Yeah, like with the wyverns that they have into the game, you can't even capture any of them essentially and knock them out and tame them up that way. You actually have to go down into their cave,
steal an egg,
hunt down an egg, steal the egg, make sure that it's a good egg that you want, because once you take that egg, you are going to now be leaving with a bunch of dragons following you on top of it.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun doing that when I had my own Ark server.
Yeah, I mean, we play on a legit, which is fun.
I've got a guy who's got a combo server. I just met him over the holiday. He's got a PC Xbox combo server.
Yeah.
And if you or your group are interested in like looking or invading one of those, like, I'll get you the information on it.
Yeah, I'll talk to Chris or whatnot. Right now, we're still settling into this place and trying to get boss ready. Like, we've been raising up some willy rhinos and trying to get them into a nice little breeding process with them.
I'm teaching Skeeter to rust.
Yeah, actually, how is that going? Is that still doing pretty well with him and him on there?
I mean,
doing better and better.
I mean, it's still tough getting him away from Atlas right now.
Okay. I mean, he just needs to get in the middle. I feel like he knows that he's going to have to deal with a wipe, right? Like, you're going to have to rework
No,
on
actually,
all of that.
he knows that that's what he wants more than anything.
Is the wipe that already happened?
Yeah, because he would rather everything just be wiped out and him not have to think about it.
Oh, okay.
But
Because it's there and he knows that you guys have worked on.
well, because it's there, he put in a lot of work into it, just like we put a lot of work into it. Like he doesn't want to let it go yet. Like we had the capability, me and Son had the capability of walking away from it, kind of calling our shot and just being like, all right, had a good run, Atlas, but that's it.
We'll see you whenever you get a little bit better.
Well, we'll see you the next big crazy patch wipe.
The next big wipe, we'll hop on and we'll go right to where we want to be to do what we need to do.
Yeah,
because we already know. Yeah, we already know what setup we're looking for.
You've already been to a lot of the islands and stuff like that.
I mean,
so
I'm thinking, maybe we start out in the Arctic.
Yeah, it's the one thing where like people are still so iffy about whether or not that's where they want to be.
Maybe.
Like,
I mean, as long as you have
just outside of it, maybe just outside of it, so we could speed well.
Yeah,
but that's because the
feel
well
like as
bucks
long
are
as
good.
you guys get the gear to stay warm, because you guys have to deal with hypothermia and stuff like that in there, right? I'm right about that.
But the gear's not ever going to be an issue down there, so that's
next wipe. Either that or someplace that's easy to breed bears.
That's why I say more so probably somewhere just outside of an Arctic region. Like we know how the game works. We know how the company things are potentially going to continue to work.
Mm-hmm.
Small companies are going to be allowed to buy islands. That's the good thing. So we know that we don't have to get too out of control for our next time. We know there's enough people who own the game that would still sign up to get us to minimum of being able to buy our small little island that we would want.
Right.
I mean, shit, we busted our ass to get a couple members over to the point of being able to get 2 islands. And we still weren't even big.
Yeah, right now, as it stands, our little tribe is just 4 people as it stands for right now. We might get a 4th or a 5th, but we're not 100% certain.
I was going to say we got a solid 4. I'd say definitely got our solid 4 now. Skeeter ain't going nowhere. He told us months ago in Atlas. He goes, "If y'all go anywhere, can I please go with y'all?" And he meant it. Like I thought he was just kind of like fucking around with us there for a little bit, and was just once everything broke down in Atlas that he would just kind of go off and hang out with the guys. But no, we got Skeeter. We got Skeeter. It's our Skeeter now. So.
I mean, it's fun. It's hard on some of these games to find a good group that everybody can cooperate and work really well with each other in those types of games. It really, really is. Like, a lot of the time you play these games and it's just like you get a few eggheads that are or not eggheads, but just dummies that are like, no, this is how it's done. Like that one guy that essentially you guys had at one point in time.
What do you mean? Ago. We ended up with not only one of those guys. Yeah, we ended up with like a couple of those guys.
Yeah.
The hard part isn't those guys, because those guys you can just like yell at, scream at, and kick them out.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the end of the story with those guys. The other one is like the guy who seems to be all right and then turns around and erases all of your base.
Yeah, we had one of those. We he started in the tribe before I got in, and then we were talking with him a little bit here and there. Kind of young, over 20, but still he acts like he's 15 essentially.
Yeah, that's kind of the same. That's kind of the same area that we were dealing with.
Trolls, man. Trolls.
Yeah. With the wyverns, whenever you use their breath attack, you can still do damage to your own dinos and to other people and to certain parts of bases, essentially. Well, this guy was basically, before me and Chris wound up splitting off and making our two bases that are right next to each other, just for us to have a lot of room for all these tames and everything else like that. He was just blowing fire and everything else like that on top of our nursery, where we already had like babies out and everything else like that. And one of them wound up getting hit, and we were like, "You're out."
Charbroiled babies.
We told him so many times. We were like, dude, stop doing that. You're hitting some of us. Like, and you're going to hit one of these freaking children if you don't stop it. Came through, did it again, and we were like, you out. Like, we gave you a warning, everything else like that. We were cool about it.
Yeah, no, our guy was ultra cool about it the whole fucking time. He didn't bother with anything or doing anything. He just sat back and surveyed.
Oh, you had a spy.
Yeah.
Man, those spies, as annoying as they are, you do have to give them credit for having that much.
That was kind of what he tried to tell us at the moment that he was like caught. Was it's your own fault.
Oh, that part, yeah, no.
That I was able to do what I did. And hopefully you learned something. And that was the first thing he said to us.
Yeah, it was that dude was a piece of shit.
Yeah, it was your own fault this fucking happened, but hopefully you learned something from it.
In all reality, it was Zarkon's fault for screwing up the company ranks to begin with.
Yeah, well, it was Archon's fault for going to Facebook to fucking join an anonymous group to fucking pull members from.
Yeah, that's another thing you don't do. Like,
yeah.
But like I said,
I still like the guy. He's a great guy. He's a nice guy. But that was
a mistake.
That one will give you a solid. Oh man, that shit happens.
Yeah, what the fuck? What the world?
What the world?
But yeah, you guys want to take 5 real quick? It is 7:59 and 40 seconds.
Yeah, we can. It's your call, y'all's call.
I can just throw.
I was gonna say you're gonna cross-plat our music, right?
I'll just try and throw lo-fi hip-hop up through the tablet or something here.
Like I said, remember, you got to be able to make it go through both locations. You're responsible for that now.
Let me see.
He's only responsible because my tablet died. Like, I wouldn't have put the burden on him if it wasn't for the fact that my tablet...
Wait, whoa. What exactly happened to your tablet? You still had it last?
No, it's sitting over here. It just won't turn on.
It's just... Okay.
Yeah, it just won't turn on properly. It goes through constant boot cycle. I don't know what's wrong with it. It's done. What you got going on over there?
I'll just pulling up the lo-fi hip hop.
Pulling up some lo-fi. It's become such white noise for him that he forgets when he's got it on, though.
Oh, does he?
Do y'all hear that right now?
Nope.
No.
Yeah.
Starting to hear something.
It almost sounded like elevator music there for a second.
Yeah, that's lo-fi hip-hop.
Okay.
There we go.
How loud is that for you? Because, like I said, I can barely hear it.
Hold on. It's still pretty quiet. I want to be quiet for a minute and see where it's at.
Looking at rain and Eureka 58 showers and storms San Francisco to LA with a low to mid 50s.
Is that good? All right, dude. We'll be back, y'all. 5 minutes.
Monday and a great week. I'm Howard.
I'm sitting in the crib dreaming about Lear jets and coops, the way some shoops and how to sell records like Snoop. I'm interrupted by a doorbell, 352. Who the hell is this? I get some quick cocks my shit, stop the dogs from barking, then proceed to walking. It's a face that I seen before. My nigga singer used to sling on the 16th floor. Check it, I look deeper, I see blood up on his sneakers, and his fist gripped the chrome 450. So I dip, nigga, is you creeping or speaking? He tells me C-Rock just got hit up at the weekend. I opens up the door pitiful. Is he a critical retaliation? But this one won't be minimal, cause I'm a criminal. Way before the rap shit, bust the gat shit. Puff won't even know what happened if it's done smoothly. Silencers on the Uzi, stash in the hoopty. My alibi, any cutie, with the booty that done fuck Big Pop. Head spinning, reminiscing about my man C-Rock. Somebody got to I go, you got to go. Somebody got to die. Let the gunshots blow. Somebody got to die. Nobody got to know that I killed your ass in the mid. Somebody got to die. If I go, you got to go. Somebody got to die. Let the gunshots blow. Somebody got to die. Nobody got to know that I killed your ass in the mid. Filling clips, he explained our situation precisely so we know exactly what we facing. Some kid named Jason in the Honda station. Bragging was bragging about how much loot and crack he's stacking. Rock had a grip, so they formed up a clique, a small crew. Around the time I was locked up with you, true indeed. But they gonna let me proceed. Don't fill them clips too high, get them bullets room to breathe. Damn, what was I? Yeah, went out of town, blew the fuck up. D-Rock went home and Jay got stuck the fuck up. Hit him twice, caught him right for the Persian white. Pistol whipped his kids and taped up his wife. You figure Rock set him up, no question. Went him up, no less than 50 shots in his direction. How many shots, mad nigga? I see mad holes. What kind of gats? Hitchling cops and calicoes. Well, fuck that. I know where all the niggas rest at. In the building hustling, and they don't be strapped. Supreme and Black is downstairs, the engine running. Find a bag to put the guns in and come on if you're coming. Somebody got to die. If I go, you got to go. Somebody got to die. Let the gunshots blow. Somebody got to die. Nobody got to know that I killed your ass in the mix. Somebody got to die. If I go, you got to go. Somebody got to die. Let the gunshots blow. Somebody got to die. Nobody got to know that I killed your ass in the mix, bitch. Exchange hugs and pounds before the throwdown. How it won't go down. Ladies, niggas, slow down. Slow down. Fuck all that managed shit. Run up in their cribs and make the
All right. I'm ready to get back into it. You want to dive?
Oh, right, all right. And here we are.
Yeah.
The other end of the break.
You want to just dive right into this list since we got an hour, and then we'll touch on things otherwise? Around
let the games begin?
Yep.
Sure.
Guru can play catch up or mustard.
Or I mean, we could always hold for just a moment for him with first lesson.
All right, let's take a peek at that then, right quick. First lesson, huh? Mainland's plane during first flying lesson after pilot passes. What the fuck?
Dude, you know I always try and find at least one entertaining little story where you're just like, what the fuck? This is a what the fuck moment. And this is a what the fuck moment like in all kinds of levels of what the fuck. Where there's enough going on in Australia already to have to worry about killing you. That you're one taking flying lessons, okay? You want to be a bush pilot. Terminology was coined there. But yeah, about an hour into his maiden instructional flight, man's first time in a plane, and the fucking instructor tried to kill him.
Yeah, you ain't wrong about there's enough shit in Australia trying to kill you. Now you also got to worry about your flight instructor?
Yeah, what is that? Like, really, what is that? Like, why?
You're doing a bad job. Like,
Yeah, like that's like automatic failure, right? No, not for this gentleman. Actually, he was able to figure out the radio controls, get coordinated with the closest tower to him, and landed a plane. That is Australian for flight school.
yeah. Yeah.
Hey, I mean, good for that dude, man. What a badass.
Yeah, this is like Banff of the day. This is like winning. Yeah, like this is that good vibe story.
It's a regular
like
old, what is it, Sully?
Yeah.
But just for himself.
A natural Sully. Well, no, him and his flight instructor.
Yeah, and to teach. I'm just going to take a nap here. And supposedly he suffered some kind of seizure, according to the article there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate on the other end that the instructor went through what he went through, but at the same time, it didn't kill him.
Guru, you able to pull up the Let the Games Begin article? It is a list that we're about to go through.
It is a list. We want to make sure that you're able to read. This will be on the test.
What is reading?
Huh, Officer Bar Brady?
Got it.
Um,
So this list is just the games that are left to come out in 2019. You know,
we are on the tail end. Yeah, we're on the tail end of this story as it's being told.
Yeah, so let's see what's coming this holiday season.
So this is us moving forward.
Yeah, till September 13th.
And then we'll have another list for you.
No.
No. There is no mouse list. This is it.
Yeah. So first one on the list is Gears 5, because these are in chronological order, by the way.
Game Pass. For those of you who don't have it yet, try it out.
Get it.
Well, try it out.
Well, they got a whole thing right now for Game Pass where it's only $1 extra.
Yeah. No, that's Game Pass Ultimate.
Yeah, for your Xbox Live. If you don't have Xbox Live and you're renewing it at this moment in time, throw an extra $1 into that pot. Just pay $1 extra for that month. You will have Xbox Ultimate.
Nice.
They've been doing a sale here lately where you only got to pay $1 to try
Mine
out
is
Ultimate.
My Game Pass is currently deactivated.
Oh, see, no, my Game Pass hit Ultimate. I paid my $1 like 3 months ago because I wanted all of my Game Pass shit that is available for me to play on the PC.
Yeah, mine would definitely be Ultimate for sure.
Yeah,
But,
Game Pass Ultimate for that $1. You know, I was already a Game Pass subscriber, so they were just like, so for $1, we'll let you have PC and Xbox. I'm like, y'all been watching me play a lot of PC games, haven't you?
But yeah, I mean,
not for nothing. This little weird hybrid baby we're about to have moving forward of like the Steam Xbox baby.
yeah.
That's gonna be a wild experiment. I can't wait to see what comes out of that.
You're right.
Well, if we get through this article with enough time, we'll touch base on what Steam's about to look like. For that matter, they're getting an update.
Xbox dashboard.
Discord.
Yeah.
Epic Game Store. But yeah, so September 10th brings us Gears 5, and there's some hype around that.
There's quite a bit of hype that they're putting behind it. I've never been part of the Gears franchise. For me, it's just never been one of those games I've dove into.
Was into real heavy. Gears 2 was, and then I was kind of out after that.
Yeah, that's kind of how I was.
Gears 2, somebody was like, yo, you need to check this out and fucking come do some PvP. And I was like, yeah.
PvP was a lot of fun back in, OG Xbox 360 day.
I was like,
some shit.
I was like, seen it, did it, got the t-shirt, and I'm out.
But yeah, it
did not come back for Gears 3.
Yeah, I may have played Gears 3. I can't remember. That's where I'm at with it. Speaking of thirds, though, Borderlands 3. That's why I said September 13th, sir.
Let's talk about the hype. The
hype is real for this one.
If you hold these two up in a comparison by each other. Gears has no hype.
Yeah.
Gears is the closet release of the summer compared to the hype that is Borderlands 3.
Yep. Well, I was looking at that, what is it, Remnants game or whatever, and
Yes.
and then I remembered that Borderlands comes out on September 13th. It's like, why am I going to pick up a looter shooter when
You can get a looter shooter.
a new Borderlands is coming, man?
I was going to say
Yeah,
you can actually own a looter shooter.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Like
hype
everybody
is,
who's ever tried to be a looter shooter still doesn't know how to do it like they do it. Even
Nah.
having them as a baseline can't even match that.
I've kind of been shying away from a lot of the publicity on this because games that I know that I'm going to enjoy, or more than likely going to enjoy, I tend to like to go into them blind. I like that.
Oh, as incognito as you can.
Yeah, I like that old school feeling, man, of when you read about it a little bit in your gaming magazine, and then you waited in line at GameStop, got your game, got home, and got to fucking play it. That feeling.
and you were
don't-
like,
don't-
"Oh my god, this is so much fun."
Yep, you don't really get that if you watching all the previews and the
Mhm.
alpha gameplay and stuff like that. So
To be honest with you, I've been kind of doing the same thing with this one. I see little videos here and there on my YouTubes, and I'm just like, I'm not gonna click on you. I've already seen the trailer. I hear bits
Yep,
and
I
pieces
watched the
here and there
trailer.
in conversation. I'm good. I want that same vibe that I got whenever I played the other two.
yeah, you want to be excited about getting into it, and it to feel brand new, not like I've seen this 20 times already.
Exactly. I don't want to go
haven't-
into it and be like, I've seen this same freaking map in every little video already.
Yeah,
I want
see,
that
I'm
map
not
to see
watching.
feel
I'm not
new.
watching the videos. I've been watching the exclusive streams,
Hmm.
the ones that guys have sat down with the game
Yeah.
and were allowed. So it's little snippets of crazy shit. And instead of watching the videos, I watch the live experience, get to hear the honest opinions instead of the edited dumb down. And I think the hype is legit based on that.
Yeah,
Like,
four new Vault Hunters.
Yeah, it's a crazy world that they're about to hopefully kick off. So
And as far as I also heard, you're supposed to be able to use the old Vault Hunters
Yeah,
too. So it's like,
you get Brick, Mordecai, Lilith, and Tiny Tina,
yep.
mhm.
and then it says you'll take on the role of Mose the Gunner, Amara, Siren, Flack, the Beastmaster, or Zany Operative.
Yep.
I was pretty sure you could play as the original ones plus the 4 new ones, but we'll see.
They'll probably later on
I'm sure
come
that
out with a
someone
pack
knows.
for that or something like
Yeah.
that. or
No,
a season.
no. To my understanding, they're supposed to be integrated into the beginning of that.
That's what I thought. That's a Google search for someone, not me. There's another Zelda coming out on the
Yep.
Switch.
Yep, Link's Awakening. Yep.
That's some cool looking art. Some claymation type looking shit.
Yeah, that's
I like the view that you're looking at too, because it gives you
Yeah, third
like
person
it's like
perspective.
old. Yeah, it's almost like old meets new a little bit. The way everything kind of looks in that.
Yep.
They haven't had a Zelda like this in a while.
Yeah, that not top down version, but like kind of side angled, not so
Yeah.
much platformer side scroller, but a mix between the two.
It's a remake of the Game Boy game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My mom played the shit out of that.
Hell yeah.
So what the fuck is Phoenix Point?
That's actually what I was just about to actually ask.
PC, Xbox One. He played original XCOM back in the day.
Okay, so it's an
It's an
XCOM line.
XCOM. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's an XCOM style.
Me. Its release date is just said September 2019, so alright, whatever. The Outer Worlds.
This one I'm actually kind of pumped for, not gonna lie, because I would like to see what they do that's outside of their two norms.
Yeah.
So it's made by Obsidian, who made Fallout New
Mhm.
Vegas, and Fallout New Vegas was fucking fantastic. So I max skill run that game.
What? New Vegas? New
Mhm.
Vegas was fun.
Yeah. Like I said, I max skill run it, man. There were only 3 stats that I did not have at 100. Those 3 were 97s though.
Yeah,
I
they
could-
were close.
I was going out with my fist and fighting death claws.
I mean, the game was a little buggy at the beginning, but what game, you know what I mean, here lately isn't?
Yeah, when I did the max skill run, I had picked up like the Game of the Year edition at that time, with all the DLCs and everything. So I went fucking nuts. It is a good time. So this could be interesting. October 25th. Something I'd wait for reviews. And then there's Death Stranding, comes out on November 8th, which if you're a PS4 fan, enjoy the oddity that is that game.
Well, PC, PS4.
Yeah. We'll see. I've never been a huge Metal Gear fan though, so I'm not on.
We're
I'm not,
gonna
I'm not
see.
I'm not on Kojima's junk like everyone else.
Everybody else is sucking it,
Mm-hmm.
and nobody still knows what this game's gonna be.
Mm-mm.
Like, nobody honestly knows. We know that we've been introduced to a couple more characters. We know we got to see a little bit more of the environment that you're working in, but nobody knows anything beyond that.
If it's good, I'll play it, but it's a single player thing, so I'll play it when it's on sale.
Yep.
All right.
Need for Speed Heat. I know you're pretty pumped about that one, aren't you, Thump?
Yes, sir. I can't wait to see. This is supposed to be the revitalization of Need for Speed Most Wanted. Like the original version of Need for Speed Most Wanted. Like that customization capability, that like driving capability, everything about that version is supposed to be back with Heat. Like this,
That's good.
Yeah,
because you haven't really heard a lot of people go, man, I want to play some Need for Speed. It kind of washed out a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
after Pro Street, after Need for Speed Pro Street, they lost it.
Mm-hmm. And
Pro Street was good, but what was the other one? Was it most? Would they do like a Most Wanted 2 or something like that?
Man.
Yeah, they did.
And
They
then
tried to
they tried to Hot Pursuit. They tried to Hot Pursuit again, but that didn't work out because they did Forza Horizon Hot Pursuit, which was weird.
We'll see,
Kind of
man.
like Battlefield doing the weird Battlefield version that they did. It was like cops and robbers.
Yeah.
You know.
Hardline.
Yeah, Hardline. It hit with the same taste in your mouth as that did. It was just like, nah, I don't know. I think I would rather play something else.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly think if I pick up another racing game, though, it has to be in VR. It has
in
to have-
VR,
yeah,
and
for
it's
me.
got to be able to go with the wheel, and like it's got to hit that next level shit.
I'll
I've
start
been
out with a
considering-
controller and see how much I like racing in VR with the controller. Then I'll consider the wheel.
I've been considering heavily like sitting down with like iRacing again.
Yeah, Project Cars 2, I think, is the what I've
I don't
read is
know.
the
They
best
got
VR racing game. I thought.
they got with Project Cars the original. They got so much wrong. that it was just hard for me to give them any credit, like moving forward from that. And
Or you can do Dirt Rally. I think those are the VR racing games. There's another one out there.
Dirt Rally is actually a very impressive game. Like
Yeah.
that's a fun game.
I played it a little bit in VR.
Learning counter steer and stuff like that is a lot of fun when it comes to those like dirt games.
Yeah.
Being able to Ken block around corners, you know.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, I like when I play racing games. I like playing from inside the cockpit of the car, anyways. So being in VR doesn't really fuck with me all that much.
No. At that point, it actually wouldn't. I mean, you know, you and I have been watching a guy, or at least I've tipped you onto a guy that I've been watching lately, who's dove really deep into that spectrum of gaming. Now, he, of course, went from VR out to monitors, but the first 2 weeks of what he was doing was all in VR. Where he was just like, I gotta drive. I gotta get in here. And then he got a monitor, and then he got the triple screen. He was like, this is enough. So now he's got a fourth screen overhead. He's got his tablet keeping telemetry now.
He's gone all out into it.
Oh, he went all in. All in, yeah. It got so bad, though, that now he's even doing it with a bicycle. Like, there's you know how people do the Peloton shit?
Yep.
Well, there is a computer version where you hook a bike up to this thing that plugs into your PC, and it does the adjustments and everything as you're going through. Well, he's got a real bicycle that he's hooked up to that and is running like legit shit right now.
Some X game shit? Or just riding his bike? Tour de France type shit.
Yeah, Tour de France type shit.
Lance Armstrong in it, is he?
But with both testicles.
Still the performance enhancers then?
Yep.
Good for him. Pokemon Sword and Shield.
A lot of hype for Pokemon people.
Yep. Just not me.
I'm also hearing, though, everybody wants like Sun to make it the Switch. Can they get Sun from Sun and Moon?
Mm-hmm.
Can they get Sun on Switch? Like, they may come back to Pokemon if you'll give them at least Sun from Sun and Moon on Switch.
Here's one that gets my money on November 15th.
Yeah, man. All day, every day.
This is a single player one that I'll be nabbing up on release.
Have you been watching Minecraft at all lately? Anybody?
No.
Okay, well, I don't know exactly what's going on, but there's a texture pack that did actually end up releasing. And it's amazing looking. It's gorgeous. Like, I've never seen Minecraft look this pretty. Sunshine looks like sunshine. Not like the little square going through the sky. Like grass, even though it's very short,
Looks like grass.
it texturally, the environment is flawless. Water is insane with the ripples and everything as it's going along. Like, it is amazing.
Nice.
And the only other thing that's going to compare to that for me is definitely, like I said, Star Wars. You're getting my money. This looks like it's going to do all of the stuff. It's going to be amazingly pretty. It's going to make me feel force powers.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to see that all happen again. Like, Knights of the Old Republic. I'm telling you, like it to be that involved. The immersion looks like it's going to be there for this game.
Let's hope so. And then there's Shenmue 3.
I mean, because everybody needed Shenmue 1 and 2.
Yeah, well, it's Kickstarter and Sony funded. So, Doom Eternal on.
We were just talking about that earlier. The re-release of Doom. Like, you'll be able to get Doom 64. Will be coming alongside of this time frame.
Next page. GTFO.
I'm sorry, I'm already here. And I'm not going to get the fuck out.
Okay, so this GTFO is supposed to be kind of like a Left 4 Dead-esque 4-player co-op FPS.
Progressionary world movement.
Yep, AI director ensures that your party gets to enjoy the chills, blah, blah, blah. Yep. Okay.
All right, that could be something. I mean, since we're not getting Left 4 Dead.
Yep. Grand Blue Fantasy Versus. Yeah, good. Spelunky 2.
Yay!
Damn good.
We've been waiting for Spelunky.
Indivisible. Man. Wow. $2 million in crowdfunding was raised for this. It's an RPG Metroidvania hybrid. Has gorgeously drawn, beautifully animated visuals.
I know Guru's got to be down for the next one, right?
Code Vein.
I mean, it's very BDO, it looks like.
Be hard pressed blends anime, vampires, gothic horror, and grim depictions of a metropolitan apocalypse.
Yep. You see them BPTs?
Psychonauts 2. I'm sure some people are pumped for that.
I am so pumped for that. Psychonauts was amazing. That's another one of those games that, like, it created a genre.
Never played it.
Loved it.
Biomutant.
Yeah. Yeah. There is another sect of hype for this game, but I don't know if I can be part of it.
You motherfucking Ninja Squirrel, man.
Yeah, I mean, for those who have jumped into WoW Classic, you know that y'all are never looking forward to becoming pandas again. So I don't see how this is any better or different.
So it's a third-person open-world action RPG. Has combat that blends martial arts combos and heavy artillery that would make Rocket Raccoon drool. Character customization, weapon crafting, specialized mutations, and a morality system. Okay. Ooblets.
Yep.
What the fuck ever.
Oblets.
The cuddly creatures and turn-based battles of Pokemon, rich farming simulation of Stardew Valley, and the interior decorations of animal. Yeah, not for me. Moving on.
No.
In the Valley of the Gods.
In the Valley of the Gods.
Okay, it's the people who made Firewatch.
Not owned by Valve.
Yep.
Oh, wait, now owned by Valve.
I never got to play Firewatch either. It was one of those ones that set on my wish list, and just don't have the time to play all the games.
Yeah, there was a lot of little different indie titles that kind of rolled their way through where you were just like, all right, maybe not right now, but.
So ancient Egypt in the 20s. Documented, black and white.
Yeah, cool, Chris. Pulling all the Rogals in today.
Hollow Knight, Silk Song. I know some people really liked Hollow Knight.
Because, yes.
Ori in the Will of the Wisps. I tried to play Ori
Which
once.
is Ori and the Blind Forest?
This is 2020, man. It said 2019 games. What the
Yeah,
fuck?
I went down through the
Yep,
list a
well,
little bit further, and I was like, these
I'm
are
not talking
starting to
about
become
2020. I wanted to
2020s.
talk about 2019. You lied to me, Games Radar. Who wrote this fucking article? Who
Oh,
wrote this
here we
shit?
go. Another author under attack.
Yep.
I'm gonna let you know, Bob Willis.
Sam Loveridge and Heather Wald. Interesting names. Let's check out Sam Love. Sam is not as Sam is the same, but not the Sam you thought for Sam Loveridge. Now it just sounds like a porn star name. Sorry, Sam.
Oh, Samantha.
Yeah. She's a lady in charge. Well, congratulations, Sam. You said 2019, and you put stuff in there from 2020 so you could run more ads. Bullshit.
She did say
Bullshit,
she did
Sam.
say or blame me for the lack of them.
Yeah.
I also
And
spend
who's
my
this other
time
one? This
working
other
on my
motherfucker don't even. Oh, she just ran
SEO
out.
magic.
Okay, she writes articles. She doesn't have a cool profile though. None of these guys are living up to the IGN standards. Anyways, fuck all y'all for putting 2020 stuff in an article about 2019 shit.
Yep, you titled it 2019 shit.
You lied to
This
me.
now officially makes this clickbait.
Yep, you lied to me. All right, so let's see the Steam redesign. Let's take a quick little peek at that.
A gander, if you would.
And yeah, dude, that looks like it's like Discord. Ish.
Yeah, ish.
It's like a mashup of like Discord meets the Epic Game Store.
Well, I use the current version of the console companion. So yeah, it's right in line with that too. So, and considering I know that they do already have a partnership with Microsoft, that's definitely where some of this layout comes from.
Mm-hmm.
So looks like a great way for them to throw a bunch of ads across the top of your screen too.
Oh yes.
Yeah. Fuck you then. That's what Steam's gonna look like. Let's see. Cyberpunk's gonna get multiplayer, I guess. And
Yeah.
no real details on it as of yet, but I did watch this 15-minute edited gameplay video where it kind of discusses classes and stuff like that. It looks like it's going to be fun as hell, man. Get to
Right.
Looks like it's going to be fun as hell. I don't know what they'll do for multiplayer, but I'm pretty stoked for that. Red Dead Online is getting some updates where you're actually going to have roles for particular activities, so I think it may work.
Is it enough to bring you in? To bring you back?
I'm thinking about checking it out. I really am. Because I'm wondering if it's going to work more like, your strength, stamina, and stuff like that. I don't see how it would work like that, but it gives some variety to the game, gives some purpose. If you just want to go out and hunt down treasure, you can just go out and hunt down treasure, and you rank up to level 20 in that. So it's working a little bit more like GTA Online, I guess I would say, and where you have, the heist missions and stuff like that.
These kind of sound like catch-up mechanics, though.
Yeah, which they most likely are. Once they get all that stuff caught up, maybe then I can get a PC release. Cocksuckers.
And then he wants it in VR.
Nah, I don't know that I'd want something similar, but I don't know that I'd want Red Dead in VR. Because I don't. If I'm going to do VR, I don't want third-person VR, man.
Well, no.
And that's third person. I mean, I guess they could give you the first-person mode like they did, and then you could VR it.
Mm-hmm.
I think I actually did with my OG Rift. I think I did use a program to play GTA 5 first-person mode in VR. It was interesting. Glitchy as fuck, but it was interesting.
Yeah. That was about par for the course.
Yeah. It's kind of
So
worked the
you
way
would-
Ark did in VR, where it was really cool to walk up to a T-Rex and be like, what the fuck? I could fit inside this thing's mouth.
Yeah, right.
But other than that, it wasn't really playable. That's kind
Yeah,
of
what you build and that would be pretty clunky.
What is this one? Real-time graphics of the future, huh? Let's take a look at this.
This was a complete demo. So let's not take this as like gameplay of the future. Remember, this is a tech demo.
Yeah, using ray tracing, so it's just another ray tracing fucking ad. What the fuck ever, man? Just put it in the damn game. And,
Yeah,
you know,
this
like
is
before
well.
ray tracing.
That's what I was saying though. This RTX, I think it's the RTX texture pack that has been added to Minecraft, which is fucking insane. It is. It's fucking crazy.
I mean, this is kind of breaking down another barrier in gaming. I know something that me and my dude Brian have always talked about is like games have looked really good, but the lighting has never been realistic. So hopefully we get there, and hopefully this provides. Hopefully this means they're getting there.
Yeah, based on this tech demo, this looks amazing.
Yeah.
Like, there are parts of this that are handled by, you can tell, AI programs that are like, this is what should be happening on the fly.
Yeah.
Like, it almost seems like it's being just written so perfectly.
So, it's well, this is a demo for the Luminous engine. So it's next gen possibilities for a graphics engine.
Yeah,
or game
backstage
engine.
ray tracing tech demo created by Luminous Productions.
Yep.
But I mean, like this right here. She goes up and she's working on the eyelashes. We're talking texture features
Yep.
that, even as close as people have gotten, lighting makes them look very different. So this is on point with potentially some of the best physical representation.
Yeah, I mean the fact that it's being rendered in real time, but it's not gameplay. It's a cutscene.
Right. Right.
So it's good
where
that it's
we're
rendered
at.
real time. It's showing that this engine has the capability of being a powerhouse, but you don't see anything in the article that says what hardware is powering this either.
No.
So
Yeah.
it's got to be top notch.
Yeah, we know that we're separated by probably quite a bit of when this will be implemented, but it was a future post article.
Yep.
It essentially is, hey, this is what people think we're heading towards. And that was kind of the reason I threw it in. I almost could have thrown it into noteworthy nonsense.
Yeah.
Because it fits, but it was techy enough that I was like, oh yeah, this is a tech demo. I was like, let's just throw it up there real quick and show it off for what it is. Because it's wild. It's definitely wild. To think that like that level of capability is about to be on the horizon. Chips such as the one that you're looking at right now break into that.
I'm talking about the Samsung.
Yeah, they're 5G integrated CPU.
Yeah.
Of course, it's a mobile unit, so
Yeah.
actually all 5G technology is going to be on the fly anyway, so
Still not quite as fast. And benchmarks as Qualcomm or Google, Samsung's own Galaxy S9 Plus. So GPU isn't really a market game changer.
No.
Okay, I'm cool.
Nope, it's just that 5G integration, which we know is that next mobile leap.
Yeah, I'm more interested. Oh, that's crazy. On the thumb there, MX Master 3 USB-C, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a Logitech, of course. I thought it was interesting that it's not only USB-C, but it's wireless.
Yeah.
USB-C charge port capability.
Damn. You get a full day's use in just 3 minutes of charging.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Well, it's that USB-C.
Yeah, it's the bandwidth or the power that's able to be delivered.
Yeah, over bandwidth. That's the part that makes it so special.
It's only $100.
The fact that it does power generation over that high speed capability.
Yeah. I kind of want to get my hands on one of those mouse, whatever, however you want to pluralize. Yeah, Mises. Just to see what that feels like with the thumb, because I think I could, because my thumb always drags, man.
Yeah, mine does too.
So having it lifted up like that,
I've got a 12 button configuration here, and I still drag quite regular.
Yeah, I mean I've got mine. Still got mine here beside me too, but it's on the streaming PC because it's broken. It's
because
piece of
its
shit.
Scroll wheel's broken.
Yep. 90% faster scroll wheel and 8% more precise. Ooh, fancy.
Mm-hmm.
What I really
highly accurate 4,000 DPI tracking sensor.
Yeah,
nobody's using that much DPI, but
well, I mean, Razer's got their 16,000 DPI shit, man, and I don't even use that. So
I was gonna say I don't even have to move my mouse to hit all three screens at 16,000 DPI.
Yeah, it's a little ridiculous.
It's like, all right, screen 1, screen 2, I literally might have breathed in the direction of where they needed to be.
I want this thing though. I need the Predator Thronos.
Oh yeah,
it's only $14,000, man.
Only 14,000.
Yeah, I just
sure it's not the want. And
nope, it's kind of a need thing. I just need $14,000 too.
Oh, this was the intro production of what Shroud not too long ago. These style of gaming chairs are about to see a little renaissance because Shroud and Dr. D got together, and this styling may be what they're both going to start trying to sell.
Yeah, because, well, this is the third generation of this, I guess. Or second generation of it. But whatever. It looks really cool, and I would like to have it.
Well, yes, because I want a racing sim that also has all the hydraulic struts to it. This is the PC version of my racing sim. That's all it is. It's like, make it move.
Yeah.
Is your next step. That's your next step, is making it move while you're doing shit. This would be a great flight simulator.
Yeah,
it also looks like because they're only showing 3 monitor hookup, it looks like it's capable of maybe 4+.
Well, did you see how they rotated the monitors up, and like he was able to rotate monitors up and over his head a
Yeah.
little bit. Where was that at in this bullshit fucking... It's got a built-in massage chair too, man. Get you some.
Yeah, it better.
There you go. Just relax while you're gaming. That's what I need, man. I need all that.
You got this, buddy. Like your chair's doing that that feel for it.
Yeah. When you start if you start to emotionally put off the muscle content of somebody who's like, I don't know if I'm feeling this anymore, man. I'm starting to get just my ass handed to me, and then the chair kicks in and goes, "It's alright, bud. You got this."
Yeah, you got this.
All of a sudden, your music changes in game. Fucking the vibration changes. They start playing Posty in the background. You're just like, alright, I'm no good at goodbye. Alright.
I
Here
just
we
live in
go.
that motherfucking thing, man. What are you talking about?
It reamps you back up.
Yeah, all of a sudden, and this is how you connected yourself to the matrix. This is how humans gave up control.
Yeah,
I'm
right
good.
here. That chair, that whole setup, right there.
I'm good.
Right
I'm cool.
there.
I'm cool with that, man.
They just came in, took you. You didn't even know.
Don't even care. Not one bit. Not one fucking bit.
You walk outside and it's just like.
Yeah, right.
It already is that way. What are you fucking talking about?
It's weird because I look like I'm the vampire in our video, but
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I go out and sit on the porch from time to time.
no, I've been outside so much dealing with all this shit and just fucking catching the tail end of summer fucking catch up.
Mm-hmm.
Where it's like, all right, I got all the shit that I needed to get done during the summer, and my ass has run out of summer.
I got none of that shit.
So I'm actually a lot darker than that video gives me credit for. But I didn't feel like going in and doing color correction for where I'm at. I was like, fuck it.
Yeah. We can tell.
I'll straighten it out later. Because it's been such a pain in the ass anyway. So
Yeah, that's one thing that I'm glad about. Is that I haven't had to really dick with that.
no, you got the what's that Kios?
Yeah, I got the Razer Keo.
Yeah. So that helps. It does a lot of really good color management.
Yeah, there's not really even any options to adjust it on its own. And I mean, I still got my 920 up on top of the computer over here, so I can.
Yeah, no, we've seen Cam 2 pop in on the stream.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
my keyboard camera.
That Angry D stream.
Yeah. Well, we got 5 minutes left, gentlemen.
I was gonna say 4:55.
Guru says no.
Yeah, Guru says no. Hey, no.
Oh, the mute has happened.
Yep, the mute has happened. Mutiny. 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 Better hang your fucking Jolly Roger somewhere else.
Oh shit!
You need to shave, man. You got kind of a neck beard going on.
Oh yeah, I haven't shaved in like.
I wasn't talking to you. I was
No,
talking to
I was gonna say I haven't shaved in days, but
I knew who you were talking to. Like, I knew exactly who you were talking to. As soon as you said that, I was like, man, motherfucker talking about me right now.
Well, yeah, you turned your face sideways. It showed all neck beard.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, look at this. Guru usually cares a little bit more about his appearance.
Man, since I haven't gotten a haircut yet, it's kind of just.
Yeah, no. I was going to say something about you looking like a long-haired hippie at the start of the show, but I left it alone.
Yeah, like
Looking a little shaggy.
The missus is like, we
he's
need
just
to
growing
get
it out.
hair.
know, Guru.
He's growing it out for the Matrix reboot so he can slick his hair back all Neo style.
Like as soon as
Or he's
like
going more for Trinity, I think.
Really, as soon as I get a haircut, I'll get back to my normal look and everything. The missus has even said something about it. She's like, "You look hot sometimes, but."
No, she means that heat-wise, not sexiness.
Heat-wise, not sexiness. She's probably you probably right. You're probably right.
You look hot. You should get a haircut.
Actually, I feel where you're coming from, though, Guru. I actually did kind of face one of those moments not too long ago myself, where I wore this cut-off T-shirt, like the sleeves were cut out a bit, and just a basketball shirt. Like one side's ripped like really far, where it tore way down one side, and I'm standing there in the living room, and she looks over at me and she goes, "I don't know what it is, but it's working right now." I'm like, stop.
Quit checking out my side boob.
It's like, I don't know what's going on, because I am definitely not at my best right now. You need to leave me alone.
Right? That's what I was sitting here thinking whenever she says that. I'm like, man, I am not at 100%. I need a haircut, like, I need to shave and everything else like that. And she's over here like, you know, whenever you're at this certain angle and stuff, like, I don't know what it is, but
I like your funky. I like,
and
your
I'm just
funky.
like, man, you
tastes
need
like
to get
butter.
out of here.
I like your funky. It tastes like butter.
Yeah,
Garlic
once
butter.
I get it, once I get a haircut, I'll be back to my normal look. I would have a beanie covering it, but somebody decided that it was okay to let somebody do some of a laundry pile, and it just so happened to have my beanie in it, and it is now gone, along with my favorite sweatpants.
A pair of socks. Your beanie and a pair of sweatpants turned into socks, huh? Is Megan about to punch you in the throat?
Maybe.
I was going to say, I'm watching your eyeballs, man. It looks like Megan might be about to punch you in the throat.
Like,
that'd be a great way to end the show. You got 30 seconds, Megan.
Yeah, you got 30 seconds, Megan.
No, get out of here. Get out of here.
You got 30. You got 25 seconds, Megan.
You're running out of time here.
No, they're all like, punch him in the throat.
We're at 15 seconds, Megan. Megan, you got 15 seconds.
Oh man,
she got distracted by the kittens.
That's okay. That's okay. Put one of them on his head and punch him. Hey!
Just make the cat throw punch you. Bye, Radio Land.
Bye, Radio Land.
That's a kitty.
That is definitely a kitty.
My dog is trying to kill my cat, and he freaking pawed at the cat and about to rip through my freaking headphone cable or some shit.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, man, this fucking dog does not like this cat, and this cat likes to torture this dog, so...
I can't help you, man.
I am so about the caveman.
This kitten's over here looking at me like, man, why are you letting her do this?
I'm gonna... When I shut this down, I'm gonna go start fire. And then when I come back from starting fire, I'm gonna be a monkey.
I'm gonna eat some food and probably watch some Letterkenny, man. I started watching Letterkenny.
Yeah?
What is that?
It's like Canadian hilljacks who fight and drink.
Yep.
Really?
Sounds about right.
Yeah, it's just like has like a Trailer Park Boys vibe
Yeah, I was
to
gonna
it.
say it's Trailer Park Boys 2.0.
Sounds pretty interesting. I kind of want to watch that.
It's got its moments, man. It's pretty funny. But
It's
Yeah,
also just dumb enough that he doesn't mind passing out while it happens.
Yep, pretty much. I'm already on season 2, and I only watched 2 episodes.
Yeah, see?
What the?
Yeah, I was kind of getting that vibe about it already. I was like, all right, let's see where he is.
What I'll do though is I'll go back to episode 3 and start again this evening, and then it'll continue to play while I sleep until it eventually kicks off Hulu style, you know. And then
Either one of you watch
Then I'll go
Another
back.
Life?
Nah.
It's a good sci-fi one that's on Netflix
What
right
the
now.
fuck did I just
Really
get done
good.
watching?
I just watched the
Carnival
Chappelle
Row.
comedy special.
The Chappelle
I
comedy
watched
special
that
is
already.
good.
Yeah, I watched that one already. Yeah,
And-
that one was really good.
I will say that it was a bit more throat punchy than I thought it was gonna be.
Oh, his special? Yeah.
The way he
Like,
opened it up, man, I knew what was about
Well,
to happen.
I expected throat punch. I was like, oh, some people are gonna be mad, and then
He
there
did it a
was,
little bit more than
There was a moment where I even took a step back and was like, wow, damn, Dave, you're right, man. No fucking borders, just go for it.
Mhm.
And then I was over it, but there are some people that are not handling that very well.
But-
they were.
but you can't say he
they
was
were
in the wrong.
They were naturally offended. You saw it. You saw it in the audience. If you watch the
Mhm.
special, you see it in the audience where he says certain things, and you can see him trigger people.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
Poetic.
He just
justice,
rolls
man.
with
I think it. I
And
think
he
it's
just rolls with
great.
it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I love it. I loved every moment of that special. But I will say it was throat punchy. It the whole way.
Yeah, but like you said, you were expecting, because he's always done a little bit of throat punchy. You know what I mean? That's just how he's been.
Yeah,
But I
he-
was not expecting that much.
Yeah, he went full fucking tilt on this one.
It was good though.
Oh,
Definitely.
I laughed a lot. There were a couple of moments where I even felt bad about it.
Yeah, yeah.
I was like, oh, I probably should not be laughing at that, but that shit was funny.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, I could
Definitely
understand
some
where
moments.
people are offended. You know, I could understand where people were offended, but it's like at the same time, remember, it's a comedian, and you just gotta be lighthearted and get on. Just
Yeah.
fucking get on.
Don't take it to fucking heart. Like, he even said that he had a T laughing at all of his freaking jokes and everything
Oh,
else
dude,
like that.
the
Yeah.
whole LGBT, the
Mhm.
whole LGBT conversation wandered in and out of like, how weird can this get? As far as
Oh yeah, I was like, is he gonna take it over here, or is he gonna take it over here?
yeah, like
Where is he
just gonna-
going with this?
Yeah, where is this going to turn into a hate crime?
Mhm.
Like there was a moment where you're like, at some point, this is about to turn into a hate crime. I feel
There-
like there's a
it
moment
was
there's
like-
about to be a hate crime.
Like, he tipped his toe right on that line. If he would have tripped, it would have been straight.
Yeah, I was gonna say if somebody would have just grabbed hold of his toe, it would have been done.
Mhm.
It's America.
Like, that's how
Say what you want to say.
that's-
It was wildly funny. I thoroughly enjoyed the whole thing, but it was those moments where you still the Michael Jackson stuff where you're still just like,
Yeah. Yeah.
The way I see it, man, it's America. You're allowed to say whatever the hell you want to say. If you don't like what someone's saying, don't listen.
actually, I've seen a couple. Tom Green recently, and I know relevancy has not been his strong suit as far as like comedy's concerned, but he just released a Instagram video not too long ago, past day or so, that is, if you agree with me, think I'm funny, and want to support me, then watch my videos, follow my channels, like my shit. If you don't, unfollow me.
Yeah.
Don't post your negativity in my fucking chats. Don't leave negative comments on my stuff. If you like me or you don't, and if you don't, I don't want you here.
Yeah.
Right.
I will
That's the way it
will
works.
ban you if you don't want to be conductive to my vibe.
Yeah, if you aren't feeling it, then move on, man. It's
And
not
if
your,
you're
it's
not
not your
going to
place
move
to change
on,
the world.
if you're not going to move on, I'll kick you the fuck out, because that's my option. I have the option to stop you from seeing my content. If you're always going to come in here and honestly maybe try and reevaluate doing videos, if you're going to stop my creative content, then I need to stop you.
Yeah.
And fortunately, a lot of the sites give you the option to be able to do that. They give you that creative control to do the videos that you want to do. And if people don't like them, oh well. And you can ban people that don't like what you're putting out. That is an option that some of the social media sites still allow you to have.
Right.
Well, speaking of social media, let's get the fuck off it.
Yeah. Bye, Facebook.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye, YouTube.
Bye,
See you
everyone.
later.